Okay, my stream probably got fucky for a bit. Um, I think the issue might have been... No, I don't think it's the wire. I genuinely can't tell. I don't know why my freaking... Is it because I updated OBS? That can't be it. Or at least I don't want to think that's it. Because that would really, really freaking suck. Like, when it comes to my internet, the only thing that could make me think that my signal is that bad is if, whatchamacallit, is if that many devices are using my internet, which, would be really weird. 'Cause, like, I've been able to stream before with friggin' my PC, phone, and the Switch 2 or whatever other device I'm streaming off of being connected to the internet all at the same time. Actively, even. So I don't know what's causing this. It's friggin' weird. Unless it's the electricity? Maybe. Come on. Ah! Damn it. Give me just a moment. Okay, I'm back. Randomly I'm seeing my signal jump up to, like, back into the green, then drop to yellow, and then drop to red. I don't know what's causing it to be so sporadic, but, like, the crazy thing, too, is, by the way, I forgot my phone. Let me see where I put it real quick. Be right back. Okay, I have officially parked myself. Yeah, I don't know what's causing my freaking stream signal to go all over the place, but I know it's not just my stream that's suffering from this, because when I was trying to announce the stream on, like, Twitter and Blue Sky, I could tell, like, shit just did not want to load. My internet is on the fucking fritz right now, and I don't know how to fix it. Yeah, this is some ass. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stream like this. Like, my signal just does not want to get better. Shit is loading up so slow across every fucking service for me right now. My ISP is probably having an outage of some sort in my area, and it just has not been reported at all. Please, signal fucking work! Please! Okay, it seems okay now. I saw it jump up to green, and it's sort of staying there. I'm not seeing it drop, but I don't want to jinx it. I'm just, like, upset that my internet was fucking up, even if it was just for a bit, because it's like, it's happening specifically when I'm deciding I want to stream. And that annoys me a lot. Alrighty. Anyways, hoping these issues get resolved soon enough, let us go ahead and get started with our day then. Watch Nana Camo. Something to liven up this room. Let's see here. I always love the Kiramiki one, not just because she looks pretty, but because it's like, it makes Jill's room like this very dark and cozy shade of blue. Oh, the table too. See? Alright. Thankfully, not as much stuff for the table. Honestly, I feel like I don't need to buy a table. At least not right now. Alarms rise says the Paul Trust Bank suffers terrorist attack. Updating. Hijacked screens at downtown Casanova announce what seems to be a terrorist threat aimed at the Apollo Trust Bank. The information suggests that a currently unidentified bomber is already inside the building. White Knight's counterterrorism unit responded to the threat immediately. However, the bank was then locked down by an external network attack. He might be dealing with a dual threat here, CT's Chloe Bauer told Augmented Eye. The bank has been sealed shut using its own disaster prevention system. However, none of the terminals at the bank were working at the time. The building is basically sealed at this point. The hostages are trapped. Hope Say is alright. The Augmented Eye is being attacked by Augmented Eye staff. Hi everyone, we take your security seriously here at the Augmented Eye, and we have the obligation to disclose that recent articles on Alice Rabbit were vandalized by who we think is Alice Rabbit themselves, or a very good impersonator. We want to extend our apologies and inform that we'll be limiting our coverage of Alice Rabbit to just factual news and not entertainment pieces. Sincerely, the Augmented Eye staff. Thank God I don't pay these fuckers for a sub. Pollution will reach historic levels next year. Even though most countries in the world have adapted their economies to solve the ongoing problem of climate change, which city still relies on ancient technologies in order to keep costs low with profits high? As a result of this backwards policy, it seems as though we'll be experiencing a huge increase in air pollution next year. Our contamination levels will force the whole population to move away from a lot of areas within the city. The soil is dying at an alarming pace, said experts in a report. Having to buy special raincoats and umbrellas does suck, but experts say you better get used to it. How long until someone says pollution is good? There's a book. Oh wow, there's already like 3 new things endanger you. Decent little bit of reading during today. The in-game day. Apollo Bank is being attacked, and no one is reporting on it. Are you actually surprised? Considering the nature of their threats, it's clear that Quincy doesn't want to take the blame. What a fucking coward. Do we have any sources there? I'm posting from the site. It looks like someone's inside the bank with a huge bomb threatening to blow up the building. Any demands? They want Quincy to quit and the White Knights disbanded. Wow. So they're actually helping the protesters? That's not the way to help. What if it's just a huge false flag to blame the opposition? I wouldn't be surprised. This fucking place, lol. Let's wait for more info. This thread is closed. May the gods guide Say to safety. Streaming Chon thread. Did anyone else see last night's escapade? She was at that Valhalla bar. It was alright. Bartender was a cutie, but man is she full of herself. Don't care. I'm going next week and ask her for a date. You all know you won't. Pretty sure nobody here has the guts to ask someone out. Is she still sleeping? Yeah, the bartender has been telling everyone they need to be careful with their words, lol. I wonder if there's legal activity going on there. Like, why would you need to say careful with what you say? Maybe they're avoiding casual racism. True, still, it wouldn't be rare for them to do shady stuff. This fucking city, haha. At least she's sleeping now. Last time I saw her taking some rest was about a week ago. Crash is one hell of a drug. Man, it sounds shady when they play it that way. Oh shit, I might have skipped this one last time I played Valhalla on stream because I remember trying to play through the whole game and completely not remembering ever reading this one at all. But like, yeah, this one, like, it feels so fucked, and I guess I forgot how early in the game it shows up, and like, this is still chapter 1, I believe. I don't think we get into chapter 2 until like the actual end of the attack on the bank. A white knight just beat me up. I'm fucking crying right now. Let me tell you the story. Waiting for original poster to deliver. I'm here. Anyway, here it goes. I was going home after buying groceries at the store. I was very tired because I had to line up for hours just to buy milk, and when I'm finally out of there, a group of 3 white knights stopped me and started asking for my ID. And also wanted to see my bag check if I wasn't a scalper. And once they saw everything was in order, they asked me for a military service ID. And just... what the fuck? Why would I have that on me? And there's no enforced conscription anymore. It doesn't make sense. And because I didn't have it on me, they asked for money or else they'd plant drugs on me. I of course refused, but they lose their patience and one of them hit me right in the temple with a gun. I was bleeding like crazy on the floor, so they just took my groceries and left. Holy shit, man. I fucking hate this place. I hate it so much. I wanna leave this fucking hellhole. I'm so tired of this shit every fucking day. I've been lucky to never have that kind of problem with the White Knights, I guess. Let's see... okay, yeah, we already bought Jill what she wanted. But yeah, like... that right there is one of my favorite Danger U posts because it really shows you how much Glitch City sucks. Like, you genuinely have to be lucky to not deal with some of the more horrific bullshit there. Like, the developers of Valhalla are Venezuelan, so they took inspiration from, like, some of the shit that happens in Venezuela for, like, some of the more dystopian elements of Valhalla to try and make it feel more real. Even though the city itself, I think, is meant to look a lot more like an American city. And Valhalla's world building is so fucking good, and it makes me so sad that we never got Nirvana, and I'm starting to have my doubts that it's ever gonna happen. What's gonna suck is that if Nirvana does eventually actually happen, so much fucking, like, expectation is gonna be, like, weighing down on that game's release. And it's gonna be hard to meet those expectations. Good evening. Huh? I didn't expect you today. I was waiting for you to call and say you wouldn't be coming in or something. Things at the Paul Bank are getting ugly, so that means more people will be looking for a drink. You can take a break, you know? Quite the hard worker. And the streets are not exactly safe right now. They've never been when you get down to it. Besides, I can't afford to not come with the bar closing down. Wonder if any bar is used impending closure as a means of getting their employees to work. Seems like the total opposite would happen. Not to mention I got bored out of my brains in my apartment. So I'd rather come here anyway. What'd you say? Nothing important. Gil isn't back yet? Nope. I wouldn't worry too much about him though. If you say so. That girl's still here? Yep. She was sleeping so peacefully I felt bad about waking her up. So, would you mind doing it for me? Actually, yes, I mind. But you're the boss, and it's kind of my fault she's here in the first place. Sorry about that. Hey, young lady! Sleep another hour and we'll have to start charging you a motel fee. Hmm? Where am I? Oh, right. Ugh, the shoddy downtown bar. This is just me when I wake up from, like, passing out at an instance in VR chat. If I'm, like, tired out from work, I've drunk a decent amount, and I'm not, like, actively engaging in conversation with people, then what'll absolutely end up happening is I'll start getting sleepy from the alcohol, and I will just I'll be absolutely conked out. And then I'll just wake up and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in VR, huh? Let's see. All my gear is in place. And neither my pants nor my panties, shirt, or bra have been displaced. Oh, it's the flat bartender. Good morning. Good evening. Evening. Oh well, it's the best day of sleep I've had in quite some time. Sorry for all the trouble I may have caused you today or last night. Don't worry. You're so nice, flat bartender. Thanks for taking care of me. Bye. Hello, guys and gals. Streaming Sean's back in action with her batteries reloaded. The moon! It burns! I feel like I've just unleashed something terrible into the world. Come on, it's not that bad. Say, what's this bottle? Client gave it to me yesterday. A gift of sorts, I'm guessing. Ah, cool. It's some sort of rum. Rum? Nice. Want me to serve you a bit of it? Yeah, sure. I bought some rum. Go to the bottle drinks tab and drag it to the shaker before mixing. I like that there's still some freaking, whatchamacallit? Tutorial stuff going on. Like, there's little bits here like, to make a drink big, do this. When you're serving 2 drinks, you're going to be doing this. To serve a bottle drink, you're going to do this. Let's see here. I might be misremembering, but I could swear that when you buy the beer on discount, canned beer is supposed to be like another bottled drink that you can have there in that menu. So I don't know why it's not there. That feels strange. Alright. I'm gonna enjoy this in my office. Thanks. Anytime. Okay then. Have to serve mix and change lives. Wait. That's not how that goes. No one here to retort. Man, it feels lonely without Gil here. Just hope the restlessness in the streets doesn't lead to dangerous or weird types coming in here. Good evening. Holy shit, that was a record-breaking jinx. Welcome to Valhalla. What can I get you? I'll have a blue fairy. Don't make a joke about becoming real. Don't make a joke about becoming real. On it. Let's give this, brain a blue fairy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. So they can't get drunk, this character, but I feel like because of the fact that they can't get drunk, I'm gonna treat them and make their drinks big anyways. Here you go. Nice, yeah, this is the thing. So, how are you gonna... Oh, You can grab stuff. I figured as much. You can drink stuff and eat. I have all the same system aluminum do. Can I ask you something, Miss? Call me Taylor. Just Taylor. Yes, a cutie like you can ask me anything. Okay, Taylor. You have to be the first person I've met that didn't go, okay, just Taylor. Nah, too easy. You are a brain in a jar, right? I'm sure not a hologram of that, I'm sure. Yep, I'm a bona fide human brain in a jar. So, how? Why? What? Does my handsomeness make you speechless? You're not something a girl sees every day, and that's saying quite a bit in these parts. You're not, or I have a speech prepared for these situations. A speech? You're seeing one of the 5 great living bottled brains of the world. We are brains living in conditions that allow us to exist as any other humanoid creature. All while computers in our jars scan our activities. In a slow but steady manner, we are helping the world understand the inner workings of nature's most complex computer. I'm guessing you heard that after being asked the same question too many times, huh? Not out of exasperation or anything like that, mind you. I just wanted to have something thoughtful prepared. Look, I even have a couple of pamphlets with me. My bad, I'm just checking some stuff out. I think my internet troubles are finally calmed down, just about. Which, thank God, because that sucked to deal with. Oh no, my signal's still being a bit fucky. Okay, it's not as consistent as I'd like it to be, but it seems like my signal's good more often than it is bad, at the very least. So that helps a decent little bit. Yo! Hello, Sue! What's up? Welcome to the stream! Yeah, I am streaming a bit, and I decided to stream a bit later than I usually have been. Although, tonight has been a bit unfortunate because my internet has been acting fucky. and I don't know what's causing it other than it just randomly decided to do so. No problem, glad you were able to stop by for, like, even if it was just for a bit. Always good to just see anybody pop by in the chat. Yeah, next time I stream, I'm gonna try to actually get it done during a more decent time of the day. And I am also going to try to make sure that, honestly, just so I don't get burnt out of playing freaking... Yeah, I know there's probably a friggin' huge delay. It's the internet that's been causing it to do that. Like, even my bitrate is just absolutely fucked. It doesn't want to stay consistent. So, my stream tonight is gonna be hella scuffed. Which is a damn shame, because this isn't an issue that I normally deal with. I don't know why my internet just randomly decided, okay, we're just not gonna work today. Or tonight, rather. My bad, I'm a bit distracted. Oh. I wonder what I'm gonna want to play the next time I stream. It's gonna either be Deltarune or whatchamacallit, or DK Bonanza. I feel like playing Bonanza again. Getting a little distracted by the music too. Thank you, Sue. Yeah. Like, that is the thing. I don't know if I'm going to be in more of a 3D platformer mood or in more of a Deltarune mood the next time I stream, but I do need to play something else of sorts, just so I don't get too tired of Valhalla. Like, we will likely be continuing it the next stream afterward, but next stream for sure I need to make sure I'm having a break from Valhalla so I'm not too tired of playing it. I don't know, my ADHD has been especially bad, and I just, whatchamacallit. I just want to make sure I'm not making myself freaking get to the point where I'm not gonna want to finish the game. Because it takes a lot for me to not finish a game that I start. There was like that one game, Big Hops, that it seemed like such a cool 3D platformer at first, and then it just got to a point where I was like, you know what? I don't really vibe with this. Yeah, that is fair, Sue. Freaking, Like, it's weird. If I play a game on stream, I am very much of the type mentally to be like, okay, I have to finish this game now. But if I'm playing a game off stream, it is honestly kind of rare for me to play it to completion or even start it at times. I am one of the people who has very much been like, oh look, a game that I might want to play is on sale on Steam or on the eShop. I should get this. And then just never actually play it. I'll at the most start it up and then it's like, okay, that's it for now. And then I immediately get distracted playing something else. And it's usually something that I already knew I was gonna fuck with 100%. So then I end up just not going back to the other game because instead of thinking, oh, I should fill the time in between the release of this game that I'm playing now and the next game release that I'm interested in with games in my backlog that I have yet to finish. And instead I just wait. Like I start replaying games that I really like and then just freaking watching YouTube or something. I get hella distracted, it's bad. Oh yeah, that's fair. Freaking, that reminds me, the only Castlevania game I ever actually managed to beat was freaking, Symphony of the Night. And that is specifically because Symphony is, like, one of the very first, like, Metroidvanias ever. And a very fun one, in fact, even if it is a bit dated in a few different ways by today's standards, but, I did like the game quite a bit, though. I just feel like it, it's hard to replay if you don't have a lot of patience for it because of the incredibly long freaking game over screen that you have to deal with. It is not like modern platformers and Metroidvanias where if you die, you usually just respawn somewhere, or you have a very quick game over and then you can load back in. Which is a damn shame. Also, off topic, not to try to find another partner, but just like to make more friends in general, I've been trying to use dating apps, specifically Grindr and this other LGBT folks one called Tammy, and yeah, those apps suck. Grindr especially. Grindr makes you very, very heavily tries to make you pay money to use it. And both apps have this same problem, but Grindr to even more of a degree, where it's like a vast majority of the people on there are either bots or people who are only on there for hookups, like for sex, and that's it. Like, it's very hard to meet people on there who are just trying to make friends. Like, to meet new people. And that's on top of the fact that, oh my god, like me, Like, I'll be honest, I'll be dead ass. This is kind of shameless of me, but like, I only really like feel comfy hanging out with like whatchamacallit, like with LGBT people in general, but like for people that I want to get close to, it's usually other trans femmes and femboys. And like, that's it. So when I open one of those apps and a vast majority of what I'm seeing are cis people who are also very, very masked, that is a huge turnoff. Especially because it's like, both apps I'm pretty sure are flooded with chasers. Like, people who are not really freaking gay, they just probably watch a lot of gay porn and are like, hey, I could probably hook up with that real easy. And will freaking make an account on those apps just to try to see if they could score an easy hookup, and it's like, ew, gross. And you can tell that's the case because you'll get DMs from those people, and if it's not a freaking unsolicited pic that you did not ask for, then it's like one of the freaking default auto introductions that the apps have to like try to reel someone in easy with zero effort. Yeah, like, most of the people I hang out with are LGBT. And if they're not LGBT themselves, then they're usually an ally. Which, I mean, I would hope that someone who's not LGBT that I hang out with is an ally regardless, but, like, they usually are people who hang out with the LGBT community quite a bit. Which is why I'm excited about next week, or rather this week coming up. Next paycheck, I am planning on going and hanging out either at the larger mall that I didn't get to hit up last time, or at the freaking whatchamacallit. It's this one street, like this one strip of restaurants and bars that is popular with the LGBT community here in town. Because I feel like, I had a hard time trying to fucking find anybody to, like, meet and introduce myself to at either of the malls that I went to. Like, I was honestly pretty shy to begin with, but even more than that, I just did not see a whole lot of LGBT people at all. At least not openly LGBT. Like, it was mostly freaking, it was mostly a lot of families, a lot of old people, and a lot of tourists. And that's it. I didn't really see, like, I didn't even see any goths, I don't think. I felt like the only goth-adjacent person walking around the entirety of both of the malls I went to, which was a fucking trip. I didn't really see any goths at all until I went to the Hot Topic at the mall that I normally go to, which was the smaller mall of the two. And it's weird, it's a damn shame that Hot Topic doesn't look as cool as it used to. Like, they very heavily gentrified the look of Hot Topic to just be like, mostly just a pop culture store. with like some goth aesthetic, but it used to be way more in your face with the goth punk shit. And like, even the music was like, the playlist for Hot Topic used to be way more, if it wasn't very specific types of rock, like emo rock, alt rock, punk rock of whatever different types, it was usually like weird stuff. Because that's like another one of the whole points of goths, is that they used to be treated very weird back in the day. There was a point in time where goths were not treated like the peak of hot people. No, they used to be treated like the fucking weirdos, the outcasts. Like just as much, if not more so, than geeks used to be. So like, yeah, it really does feel so over. Like, it's funny how goth culture used to feel a lot more stronger back when people didn't fuck with goths as much. And now that people are more accepting of goths, and even to the point where they think being goth is hot, it like corporations, capitalism in and of itself is what's made wanting to be goth very hard nowadays. Because you can put all this effort in to be goth, and it's like, where the fuck can you even go to be goth at? Like, everything has been so desaturated, and it sucks. And that is one thing that I'm excited about, is one of the bars I want to hit up. It's LGBT friendly, even if that's not necessarily its focus, but it is a goth rock bar called Last Caress. You look inside of it, and it very much looks very cool. It gives off that same vibe of like someone who used to play a lot of the older Guitar Hero games would fuck with. Like someone who played Twisted Metal and freaking probably hung out with goths and shit back in school like that. It looks very cool, and I was even like hyped when I saw that one of the fucking cocktails on their menu is called the Dragula. I was like, okay, yeah, I immediately fuck with this bar. But not only that, I looked at the reviews. That is a fucking 5-star bar in town. Like, it's not a lot of reviews, but all the reviews that I got are just nothing but compliments. Like, people fuck with it hard when they go there. And another thing too is it's not a club. It's not like some huge bar you go to dance with a bunch of people at and get fucked up. It's like smaller and cozy vibe. Like Valhalla, like this game. So yeah, that is one place I want to go and try out. There's a couple of other LGBT bars that are definitely much more leaning on the freaking what's the word? What was I trying to think of? On the clubby side, but I'm not as interested in those because one, shy, two, I just don't feel like going to dance with people. I want to chat it up. I don't want loud music that's gonna drown out a convo that I want to have with someone. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sue. Yeah, but like... Oh yeah, that's right. You weren't here when I was talking about all this last stream. Probably for the best. I kinda ended up, venting a bit more than I would have liked, but, short version of the story, after dealing with some BS involving my romantic life and, my freaking mental health, I decided I was going to, for the first time ever since coming out as trans, go out on the town on my own. So I took some Ubers to two of the different malls, and I had a decently enjoyable time. Like, it wasn't like very fun. Like, I was very much alone and by myself the entire time, but it was still cool that I even at least managed to get that first step done. So, here's the thing. I'm very excited about both options for the next time I go out, because if I go to the larger mall that I didn't get to go to, that one is more popular with people, and it actually has like a couple more proper hangout spots in it. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a round one there. And that's popular with the younger people. Like, for people that play video games, that's considered a spot to hang out at. Especially considering it's a bowling alley that serves food and drinks. So, like, yeah. Yeah, I was talking about that because I posted the selfie about like, this might fit for going out. And I'm probably gonna be wearing something very similar the next time I go out, because that's usually what I end up doing is I wear a freaking hoodie with my shorts and leggings and boots. Like, I could probably wear a skirt, but it would have to be a jean skirt, and I don't have a jean skirt that fits me the way I would want it to right now. I need something a bit bigger that'll feel comfier to wear. Like, or not like bigger as in like lengthier, but bigger as in it'll actually wrap around my waist properly, instead of like being tight as hell. I did have one, but it was, one, it barely fits. It's a little too tight still. And two, it is no longer long enough. I tried to cut it short to look cute, and I accidentally cut it too short. So now I need another jean skirt. So yeah, like, the thing is, there's like or two spots. There's two spots here in town that are popular with gamers. One of them is a place called Otaku Cafe that, whatchamacallit, it sells anime merch, and it is also an arcade popular with, fighting games especially. But it is very fucking far, like on the far north side of town. Like, decently past, where where that mall is that I wanted to hit up. So taking an Uber there would cost significantly more for a round trip, like going there and then heading back home. So yeah, that is probably not happening. At least not anytime soon. The other is much more of like, it looks a lot more like it would be popular with like the esports crowd, like people who play shooters and MOBAs, because it's kind of like an arcade, but it's just PC games. Like, it's just rows and rows and rows of PC setups. Like, it very much looks like the type of place you would see, like, a big esports tournament at. But it's highly rated, and I'm assuming it's pretty popular there. So, I feel like it would be worth hitting up just to give it a shot. And that's the thing is, where I live, there's not really a whole lot of, like, arcades that I would vibe with. Like, not a whole lot focused on just fun arcade games. If there are arcade games, it's usually just, like, a few racing games, some shooters, and just ticket games, and that's it. There are like a couple of other game rooms in town, but it's like game rooms meant for old people. Like, it's just gambling and shit. So, yeah. Those are my current 3 options, is hitting up that large mall, hitting up the LGBT district here in town, and then, hitting up that PC gaming arcade. So, who knows, like, I don't know which one I'm gonna go to for sure. Like, I'm not gonna have that much cash on me, because I'm, whatchamacallit? Oh yeah, am I paying to use this app, by the way? Oh, this ain't good. Okay, it doesn't seem like it's, forcing me to pay. It's just, like, highly encouraging me to. There's another app that's specifically meant for IRL meetups in your local area, and I'm taking a look at it to see if there's like anything like related to just like LGBT people hanging out and having fun. Yeah, like, you know what sucks especially, Sue? One of the biggest arcades in the fucking nation used to be here in my town, Ultra Arcade. It's where Killer Instinct World Cup used to be held back when Killer Instinct 2013 came out. And that was fun. Like, if you were a fan of, like, Maximilian Dude and, like, his Killer Instinct stuff, then you probably heard of how he used to commentate for Killer Instinct World Cup. And that's crazy to think about, that he used to come here to my city to commentate for the biggest fucking tournament in the world for that game. I need to hurry up and get into the Amazing Digital Circus. I have still yet to see the rest of the series. I watched the pilot, and then I ended up doing the same thing that I did to the fucking Murder Drones finale, where I was like, I'm gonna wait until I have a friend to watch it with, to watch the series, and I just never ended up watching it because, like, the partner I used to have wasn't interested in watching it. And then I didn't end up watching it with the person that I had been with for like a little bit recently, so like I don't know, I just need to freaking watch it soon, I guess. I think another thing too is if I watch it, I'll be able to actually talk about it with people, and that'll probably help me make more friends. Like, that sounds like a bit of a weird reason to want to watch it, but it's like, that's dead ass though. Like, it's been out, the finale is out on YouTube now, so you're not having to worry about watching it in theaters or not. But like, yeah, whatchamacallit, yeah, I feel like Digital Circus would be something I heavily fuck with, especially due to like the themes of the show and the type of story it's trying to tell. Like, a lot of it very much has to do with mental health and the dangers of not seeking help, laying it, some of the bad symptoms that you end up with consuming you, and it causes you to hurt yourself and others around you, which, boy, is that very fucking applicable to my current life. Yeah, I feel like I would have fun hanging out at Briar's server more often, but because of time zone stuff and the time of day that she usually likes getting stuff done on, I am usually not very available because that is like early as fuck in the morning for me, and if I'm not working, then I'm probably sleeping. Like, I am just bed rotting, which is a damn shame. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of IRL meetups on this meetup app that I would even want to freaking go to, so I honestly don't know if I'm gonna keep using it. Yeah, my bad. I'm getting a little too distracted. I need to... whatchamacallit? Oh yeah! That sounds cool, Sue. Freaking... That reminds me too that I still have yet to set aside cash for and contact an artist for making a GIF of my character, or a set of GIFs rather, for my stream. I want to upgrade from PNG tuber to GIF tuber when I have the chance. So like it would be just like an idle GIF for when I'm not talking, and then like a talking GIF as well for when I am talking. Just because I feel like that would add like a significant amount of personality and flair to the stream. Aw, that looks cool as fuck, Sue. It's pretty as hell, too. I really love how they drew the makeup and the friggin', whatchamacallit. I'm like digging the coat and the freaking boots. Along with like the very specific shade of like lavender purple. It looks so fucking cool. Yeah, I'm still trying to think of too what I want like my actual character to look like. After I freaking, or when I eventually commission something for myself. I'm thinking something like a cyberpunk, like an anime cyberpunk cyborg type shit. Something that like looks a cross between a cyborg from Ghost in the Shell and a Reploid from Mega Man Zero, or like the X series and ZX. Shit like that. Type shit. Let's see here. You want one? Sure. What brings one of our world's 5 brains in jars to this place, though? Oh, I'm from around here, actually. I just wanted to take a walk for the first time in quite a bit of time. Have you come here before? Sadly, no. Otherwise, I'd remember a cute face like yours. Speaking of which, can I have your name? It's Jill. Jill? That's a really cute name. Thank you. Say, weren't you scared of going outside today? What with the commotion around and all? It didn't stop you from coming here either, did it? Yeah, you're right. It's gonna take more than cryptic but ominous news to stop me. You're awfully energetic. Did you know that? Oh, are you a fan of Ghost in the Shell? I remember watching a little bit of the original anime on... You know what? I don't think it was Adult Swim. I think it was this one site called Toonami Aftermath that plays a lot of, it's like fan-made playlist of popular Cartoon Network shows along with animes from throughout Adult Swim and Toonami's past, like from since way back when Toonami first got started. Like back when it wasn't even Tom that was the host, it was that fucking Space Ghost character. But like yeah, yeah, I want to get more into freaking Ghost in the Shell just because I fuck with it vibe-wise. I might even play the PS1 game on my Iron Thor. That is a game that I've got to nab a ROM of because from what I've seen of it, it's actually a surprisingly really good PS1 game. But yeah, like... Oh yeah, there is also a PS2 game. It would be cool if they made another new Ghost in the Shell game with the current anime being out. Especially with how good, like, video games can look nowadays. They could make one that just straight up looks like the anime, and it would be sick as hell. In fact, there is a game kind of like that. It's an indie game that I got for the Switch, and I might get it for PC soon, like on Steam, because it doesn't run that well on the Switch, and I don't think it got a Switch 2 update to improve things, called Anno Mutationum. And it's essentially an action-adventure game set in a cyberpunk environment. And the cool thing is, it has a Valhalla collab in it. The bar you work at, Jill shows up there as like a temp worker. So that's like kind of cool. I remember the combat feeling kind of fun, and I didn't actually get that far into the game yet. Cause like, other stuff was coming out that I was interested in, and some of the load times in that game were a little long for me. But yeah, I am also a fan of the fact that they got Science Saru to work on the new Ghost in the Shell anime, because that is a fucking fantastic animation studio. They're the ones that did the Scott Pilgrim anime, which, one of my favorite things ever. Not even just because it's Scott Pilgrim, but because it is a very neat show, even if it does feel like Netflix very heavily influenced Brian Lee O'Malley's direction with it. It very much feels like it was created to be like, okay, we're gonna make more Scott Pilgrim stuff, and then we're gonna leave it done in a way to where more Scott Pilgrim stuff can be made after that. And then they were like, okay, you're not gonna get another season. And it's like, well, fuck, that sucks. Although I don't think Brian Lee O'Malley's given up on working on more Scott Pilgrim stuff, though, because we ended up getting Scott Pilgrim EX, and while that game's story is just non-existent, almost, like, it is very much not a great game. It's a fun beat-em-up once you learn the mechanics and get the hang of it. It's fun. But it tries to be River City Ransom without doing all of the River City Ransom stuff anywhere near as good as an official River City Ransom game does. Like, if you've played either of the River City Girls games, that WayForward made, there's a significant difference in level design quality between the two games. Like, Scott Pilgrim EX is fun if you like its combat is still fun, even if it's not quite as good as River City Girls. Its sprite work is amazing, its music is great. Probably not as good as the music in the original Scott Pilgrim beat 'em up game, but like, yeah, that game also ends off in a way that, like, implies Brian Lee O'Malley wants to work on more Scott Pilgrim stuff, so who knows? But yeah, I'm getting off topic. Let us continue. Sorry, does that bother you? Not at all. Just I fear the brain in a jar wouldn't be so happy. While I was alive, my body got to a point where there wasn't much I could do. This new state of existence allows me to accomplish more than I ever could before. Plus, I'm doing something that'll help people in the long run. Wouldn't you be happy? I wonder. You want to make me happy, Jill? Depends on what it takes. Don't worry, just give me a beer. Alright, then yeah, I'll make you happy. One beer make Taylor happy. It's such a fucking cute and wholesome set of lines. Oh no, wait, no, that's right. Make it big. Here, a beer. Ah yes, no matter what happens, beer's always good. It's interesting though. Just yesterday I was talking to a client about brain uploads. You were? Yeah, you were talking about how even if you upload your brain, you'd still be here. I've thought about that too. Do you think that you, in the cybernetic environment, would feel like she was indeed transferred? Like, would she remember everything? Like waking up someplace else and so on? That's an interesting question. I was actually thinking earlier about being able to transfer someone's brain into a Lilum. One of the brains being used in such an experiment, actually. They can make a functional Lilum. Unfortunately, the wiring and other such stuff makes it look more creepy than anything. They aren't transferring his identity or anything, though. Just wiring him to a body. Oh. You'd think someone would rather do that than float around exposed in a jar. I have to admit, the whole brain thing does look creepy. But the body I'm telling you about is just uncanny looking. Speaking of uncanny, how did you feel when you saw yourself like this for the first time? It was quite a shock, actually. It didn't last too long, though. I never was too attached to my body. Later in my life, that was almost literal. You know what the downside to this body is? I can't get drunk. If you want to call that a downside. If you want to drink alcohol for the taste, there are many alternatives. Drunkenness is part of the whole experience. Why though? Lilum can get drunk with no problem. Yeah, but in their case, their brain's a computer attached to their body. Getting drunk causes their brains to reduce the input speed to their bodies. Depending on the model, their drunk subroutine might throw in a different behavioral cycle even. It's hard to get drunk when the whole point of you being in a jar is figuring out exactly how you work. Yeah, you're right. I believe this is Alma. Hey Jill. Oh, Alma. Alma. That's the currency one would expect from a plebeian bar staff. Welcome to Valhalla. What can I get you? Happy? Not when you put it that way. Why, hello there, beautiful. Oh! You hurt my feelings with that, darling. Sorry. You don't see disembodied brains every day. I mean, I did work a summer in Lilum maintenance, but even then, Those were talking heads. Oh, don't worry about it. At least you're not running or fainting. Your name was Alma, right? I'm Taylor. Nice to meet you, Taylor. Say, Alma, can I buy you a drink? Sorry, I only date people who are at least 50% organic. And have at least one face. I know just what to strive for then. Just kidding. It'd make me happy and make happy by buying you a drink. Does that bother you? I guess if Jill's the bartender, I don't have a problem with that. Awesome. I'll pay for your next drink then. What will you have? I'll have a cobalt velvet. And you, Taylor? I'm fine, actually. You're gonna have me drink alone? I don't want to drink that much. Okay then. Let's make a cobalt velvet, straight from Taylor to Elma. Oh, cobalt velvet actually costs a decent amount. That's almost $300. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All on the rocks and mixed. A big cobalt velvet. Also, one of my favorite looking drinks in the game because it comes in a tilted glass. Also, the description, I think it's supposed to taste like champagne with a bit of cola at like the very end of the glass. If I'm remembering the description correctly. So I would like to assume that it's also a bubbly drink. Hope you enjoy it. You know, you've been nicer to me these past minutes than at least 3 guys I've been in the last year. Or have been in the last year. Judging from the way you two talk, I'm guessing you've been a client here for a while now, right? Only for about half a year or so, if memory serves right. Really? I don't think it's been longer. It feels like it's been longer. Shut up, you love me, you know it. So, you just started coming here and that was it? Well, first time I came here, the other guy. Speaking of which, where's Pablo? Gillian. Archimedes. You know, adventuring or something. Anyways, the other guy served me the first time I came here. Nothing unusual there. Next time I showed up, Jill here was the one serving in. I don't know. I just feel like she just gets me. There's this chemistry we click, she says. Alma is the most evil fucking queer baiter, I swear to God. The fact that I feel more chemistry with her than with many other people is kinda sad, though. It's always good to see a nice friendship. Sadly, it's getting late and I gotta go. I'll leave you two lovely ladies alone. See ya. Bye. Please come again. That Taylor sure was nice. It's a damn shame that that is the only time Taylor shows up in this game. Like, a very cool idea for a character, and that is it. That is the only convo you ever get to have with them. A bit weird at first, though. Apparently one of the 5 brains being studied by scientists or something. There's a summary of it in this pamphlet. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've heard of them before. Can't believe I actually met one. Hey Alma, is your family really strict or something? Not particularly, no. Why? The other day you started mumbling something about numbers not caring about what you do. Yeah, drinking straight is fair. I do like the idea of cocktails though, and I love the cocktails that I have drank before. Even if some of them have been on the more simple side, like A gin gimlet, if you do not mind having something that is very heavy on the lime juice and sugar, a gin gimlet is a fucking yummy drink. It is essentially 50% gin and 50% lime cordial in a glass with ice. But preferably, you want to use a homemade lime cordial, and there's a very good recipe for it that involves lime juice from key limes, a bit of lime zest, and a little bit of citric acid. Like the teensiest bit, if I'm remembering correctly, with sugar, and then blend it together until it becomes this very yummy lime cordial. And essentially the citric acid is there to help make sure that the sourness of the limes is not lost when blended with sugar. And it's very much an adult lemonade is what you're making out of this, because the flavor of gin just mixes in so well. But another one of my favorite cocktails is very much a whatchamacallit, a painkiller. It's a much more alcohol forward alternative to pina colada. It specifically uses Husser's rum. That's a brand of rum that has a very significant amount of flavor to it. There's a little bit of coconut cream in there, or cream of coconut, pineapple juice, I think some orange juice. I forget if it has that in there or not. All stirred together or shaken together, and then put in an ice and garnished with nutmeg, if I am remembering correctly. Another thing too is a fun way that I've had it, because it's how they serve it at Cheddar's, is in a rimmed glass, specifically toasted coconut shavings. It's a strong drink, like it is alcohol forward, but it is very tasty. Yeah, that is another thing about gin. It is great for cocktails and mixers, but not on its own. It is hard to drink gin on its own, because especially if it's a cheap gin. If it's a cheap gin, it's just gonna taste like dirt. Like the earthiness of the juniper berry just comes out way too strong. If it's a very good gin, it's gonna taste a lot more berry-like. Like, you'll taste juniper berry as it's supposed to taste, along with like notes of other flavors introduced by whatever else is being used in the fermentation process. And then you can get flavored gin too. Like, there's some that have like strawberry flavoring added, or other fruit flavorings, stuff like that. So like, for drinking gin straight, flavored gin would probably be the way to go if you don't want to pony up for like an especially pricey gin. But yeah, more often than not, gin is just straight up really good for cocktails. I think the last time I made some really good gin gimlets, it was using key lime juice, like a very decent key lime juice, sugar, mixing the hell out of it with some simple syrup instead of sugar. Actually, I didn't use sugar, it was simple syrup. That way I could know for sure that they blended without the sugar being staying solid. So I kind of just like did my own homemade lime cordial instead of using the pre-made stuff. And yeah, I used Seagram's gin. It was tasty. I feel like if you want just the flavor of gin though, the best way to do it is gin and tonic. Like using a bubbly tonic water. That way you're making it to where the flavor of the juniper berry isn't super in your face. It's mellowed out and bubbly so that it has a much yummier flavor profile. And that's something I'm also excited about. I get to, like, if I do decide to go to a bar, because I'm gonna be Ubering home anyways, I will get to try some yummy cocktails. But yeah, whatchamacallit? I'm trying not to drink too much though. Like, at home, I was getting to a point where I would drink a lot with pals when I was in VR, and that was like money on alcohol that I was spending a decent amount on, and that was also like kind of making me spiral into relying maybe too hard on VR for like meeting and hanging out with people. And that was probably a very big reason why I ended up getting into the situation I ended up in. So like, yeah. A cherry lime mixture sounds wonderful. Honestly, if you ever have the cash to treat yourself, my recommendation for that would be to make a cherry limeade cordial by substituting a bit of the sugar for some Luxardo cherries and a bit of the juice, like the syrup that the jar of Luxardo cherries has, and throwing that in there to add some cherry flavor. And that would probably make for like a wonderful freaking cocktail sweetener. Ooh, I can imagine making like an adult cherry limeade slushy with that stuff. That sounds fucking delicious. I feel like I'm gonna have to use my blender for that now. I think I'm gonna have to get me freaking, if this blender I have is decent for making some crushed ice, I am probably gonna use it to make a cherry limeade slushy that has been boozied up with like a very nice rum. Which I still need to buy myself some. I'm all out of rum. I don't have any nice bottles of rum. I like Appleton Estate enough, but I feel like the next time I get some rum, it would probably be something even nicer, like Smith & Cross. I think Smith & Cross would probably be one I try. Or Pusser's. They actually sell Pusser's rum at the liquor store by my job, so that is another possibility. Anyways, about 27 not caring if you have a Catholic wedding or not. Oh god, it's not the numbers thing. Yeah, my family isn't strict per se, but my mom can be really abrasive. To her, the fact that I'm this old and not married or pregnant is a sign that I'm never gonna have kids. Never mind the fact that she already has 3 grandkids. I love her, but she can be, well, uh, uh, yeah, I kinda get it. He also said the words, I was a blossoming woman and I wasn't gonna stand for it. After talking about some 8th grade teacher. Yeah, that. You see, back when my body started developing, I got really shy. But at some point, something snapped within me. I wasn't feeling shy anymore. I felt powerful. My body felt like a new toy to me. One I was gonna make sure to use. Oh yeah, that's understandable too. I feel like a lot of people, when they become adults of drinking age, end up at a certain point in their lives where they start drinking a bit more than you should. Like me, I was definitely starting to get drunk, maybe a little too often on VR here and there, but also every time my pals hung out, like, there were some hangouts where I definitely got a little too drunk. And maybe said or did stupid shit. But, yeah, no, like, I had this one pal who told me about how they saw how very well off their bank account was and decided to just spend an entire year not working. They were just getting on VR, like, every day, I think, and getting drunk. Which just sounds like crazy to me. I mean, that's a hell of an experience for someone to have. For me, I feel like I would go insane just being in VR all the time. I feel like that would be like my big push to be like, okay, I need to get the fuck off and go outside after a certain point. But, yeah, I did have a point where, some points where I feel like maybe I was indulging a smidgen too much. Of course, there were two problems with that idea. I was a teen, a horny teen, and I was surrounded by horny teens. I'm not even ashamed. I still stand by the core moral I held back then. But it's one of those memories that you look back to and become terrified of how reckless you were. I mean, I could have gotten pregnant, or worse. At that age, I was always dressed in black and was obsessed with occultism. The worst I remember was being the butt of other kids' jokes. Well, you know how the old adage goes. Don't compare your life to others. You don't know what they've been through. Nah, I wasn't comparing. Just wondering if some of that self-esteem thing would have helped me back then. Speaking of family, today I came because I needed a break from everything that's been going on with them. Do you live with them? No, but Avita and Bernie do. Not to mention I visit them almost every day. Anyway, my second eldest sister, Diana, just separated from her husband. It's not even been a week, but she's already got some other guy in her bed. She left her kid with her husband's parents and pretty much forgot about them. Never mind the fact that they need to go to school and all that. Damn. Donna's life has always been messy, but these days she's really making it big. She wants time for herself to live her life. She didn't think about that when she married a guy at 20. She didn't think about that when marrying a guy she had only known for like 3 months. You should take your own advice. Hey, I'd never marry someone who could catch my attention so quickly, okay? Sure, there was that one time when it almost happened, but I blame the damn stadium kiss cam. Kiss cam? I was going out with a guy my little sister introduced to me. Seems he was a friend's brother or something. We went out a couple of times and he invited me to a basketball game. The mood was nice, but then later, the kiss cam focused on us and instead of kissing me, he proposed. I almost got caught in the mood and accepted. Huh. So I take it you rejected him. In a stadium. On the fucking kiss cam. You went out for like 3 weeks. I don't know. Maybe you wanted to get in my pants with the old sex on the wedding night line. I honest to God can't understand why he thought it would be a good idea. Yeah, getting, like... And here's the thing, it's not even just alcohol. Another popular thing with people on VR is they will indulge in a lot of other funny shit, usually psychedelics. And that also just sounds like crazy to me. Like, I've never had the chance to use them, and I don't know if I would ever want to make that a habit. I probably wouldn't. Just because, one, I live alone and have to pay my own bills, so I don't want to risk shit happening in case I overindulge. And two, that stuff costs money. And I just barely managed to get a decent job for the first time in forever. Even if I might have the money for it, I would rather not spend that money on that type of stuff at the moment. I feel like there are more reliable ways for me to feel better and more enjoyable of my time. Especially since I need to be working on therapy still. I'm wondering if any of the therapists that I'm gonna be getting a session with from my freaking work's service that they're partnered with would end up suggesting any in-town psychiatrist to me to try to get onto some freaking proper medications, because that would probably also help, is being on medications for my mental health. Like, I've learned to live with my ADHD well enough, but I think my depression has gotten to a point where if I don't get it handled, then fixing my ADHD is not gonna do much. Like, I will probably still end up doing a lot of dissociating. I'll probably still end up rotting in bed a whole lot. And maybe even making some of the same mistakes that I have already made that are making me freaking lose friends that I was starting to get really close to. And it's like, I'd rather not repeat all that shit. I'd rather fix my mental health and make sure I never end up doing that again. Especially, like, because I'm playing Valhalla, and one of the main story beats that gets introduced um, eventually is when Jill finds out that her ex that she like loved the shit out of ended up passing away while she was away. And it starts fucking absolutely killing her inside. Like, she is absolutely beside herself and has a hard time getting over it. And, like, that to me is like a big thing, is I do not like the idea of being put in a situation where I just will never be able to talk with someone that I was close to again, that I had a falling out with, and being able to apologize to them. Like, the idea that they will be gone from my life before I have the chance to do that, like, kills me inside. Whether it's because they, like, something happened to them, or because they decided that they just straight up do not ever want to talk to me again. It's like it just sucks. That's something that I would not wish on, like, anyone that I run into, like, unless they're like actually straight up a piece of shit. If someone like that I'm normally chill with were to ever like cross me in some sort of way, I would just treat it like, it's a fuck up, we'll get over it. Like, we'll get through this shit. But like, that right there, from what I've personally been through, I would not put on anybody. That it actually is something that sucks to deal with. That sounds too convoluted, you know? Proposing and waiting for the wedding night just for sex? Never underestimate the lengths a man is willing to go to get you in their bed. I've seen more convoluted plots over the years. I'm feeling tempted to ask, but I'll pass. Want anything else? What's that bottle? Oh yeah, there's just some rum a client gave me yesterday. A gift? What did you do? Good enough service, I'm guessing. Sheep. Huh, interesting name. I think Kashyyyk IRL is like a brand of liqueur. Or it is a type of liqueur, I forget. Oh, that's good to hear, Sue. Yeah, no, I am learning the hard way, like, of, hey, take your mental health seriously. Do not think you can just raw dog everything and tank, like, some of the worst aspects of it just from having lived and been able to get through life so far. It's like, no, things can be better, and also things can be worse. And the only way you'll know for sure, or at least more comfortably for sure, that things won't get worse is if you actually start getting help. Excuse me. What does it mean? Kashyyyk the name of the chieftain in some native tribes. I see. You want me to serve you some of this? I'll pass. I don't have too many good memories where rum's involved. Give me a fringe weaver instead, will you? Alright. I wonder what's up with her and rum. But anyways, let's just give her a fringe weaver. A fringe weaver. I don't think Alma can get drunk here, but I'm serving her a big one just cause. One fringe weaver. What kind of memories do you have with rum? Nothing you need to worry about. Okay. Alright, now's my turn to ask questions. About what? What kind of family is your family? Well, I'm an only child. My mom and my dad split amicably. My mom is a violinist, so she was always away from home with the orchestra. Spent most of my time with my dad, my aunt, and my grandpa. Aside from that, I'd say my childhood was quite uneventful. Oh, didn't you get something like your mom's artistic vein or something? I played the violin until I was around 16, I think. What made you stop? I don't know. I just kind of said, that's it, one day and stopped. What about cousins or the rest of your family? I see very little of them, actually. Mainly because my dad moved away from most of them. Most of my mom's family live in France to boot. So your mom's French? Yep. Can you speak French? Mon agresseur est plein d'engrais. Ooh, what does that mean? Rubbish? I don't know. I can't speak French. I did try though, but college started and I stopped taking classes. Funny thing, I actually have a cousin from my mom's side that lives close by. But you'll be hard pressed to make me spot him in a crowd. You're kinda lucky, you know? All of my mom's side of the family lives here. The chances of me meeting someone I'm related to on the street are ridiculously high. But yeah, that's the primer on my family. Nothing too interesting, sadly. Your mom's a French violinist, and you call that uninteresting? I'm wondering if your family has ever made a fuss about you being a hacker. Hacker makes it sound too exotic. It's like if I called you a mixologist. Please don't, ever. Sounds like something somebody would say to make bartender sound sophisticated. Let's see. I mean, hacker is a good way to summarize it, but it's not the best. I'm a securities consultant. People want to find flaws in the security of their systems, and I do my best to pinpoint where it breaks. Be it Glitch City or anywhere else in the world, they need security. I'm their woman. You've told quite a few stories about cracking into databases to retrieve info like some sort of mercenary, though. That doesn't change the fact that hacker is not the best term to use. Makes the whole thing sound illegal when it's actually an honest job. Didn't you tell me you once secured some incriminating pics from a guy's cell phone? A mostly honest job. Sheesh. What made you become a hacker, by the way? I've always been a sucker for puzzles. Even as a kid, I always had a Sudoku or crossword with me. But at some point, they started feeling kinda samey. So, when I started college, I took a course on system security. It felt like the kind of puzzle I was looking for. I mean, there are all kinds of things involved in breaching net security. You need to attack the stuff from different angles. And it's something that's always evolving. The whole point of everything is to strengthen security. Every time you think you've got the gist of it, they change everything. It's kind of like an always evolving puzzle. A puzzle I help make harder at that. Oh, I didn't think about it that way. It is less actiony than what movies make it out to be, though. No real-time frantic typing. Nothing like that. Still, seeing my code break through something, it's an amazing feeling. Will you have anything else? I'll have a classy drink. Any classy drink. Here goes nothing. She wants a classy drink. I am going to look up the recipe for flaming moai. because I always have a hard time remembering it. Let's see. 1 Adelheid, 1 Bronson, 2 Powder Deltas, 3 Flanner Guides, and 5 Comertrin. It's technically already a big drink. Hell yeah. Here you are. Yep, just what I needed. Thanks. Say, Jill, what's the worst that could happen if you don't get your drinks right? Well, people have the right to not give me money. If they don't pay for it, I don't get my bonus. No bonus means less money and no tips. Which doesn't help because I have to pay bills. Oh, I see. Do you have to make an effort to pay your bills? No. You have no idea how much I hate you right now. Well, my job pays pretty well. I'm not the kind to spend too much on things other than food and bills. Maybe maintenance on my hands and new equipment, but aside from that... Oh, I know. If you have trouble with your bills, why not live with me? I really wish I made enough to where it's like... my rent could be pretty high, but... I make so much that... even with the rest of my bills, because those don't go based off my income, and they're fairly small, I end up with plenty to spend at all. That would be awesome for me. Unfortunately, I worry that because I'm still not making, like, really good money, that when I start paying rent from September onward again, I'm gonna end up feeling broke again anyways, cause like, let's see, right now, assuming I more consistently make like 26 hours a week with my current pay, let me get a calculator going. That's about 350-ish bucks a paycheck per week. So times 4. So that's $1,400 a month. Now let's subtract the amount my rent is going to be, which is $476. That leaves me with $928 left over to spend on the rest of my bills and groceries and shit. So then let's subtract the rest of my bills. Okay, I am learning just now that maybe my rent is still pretty low for how much I'm making. Okay, if my hours stay consistently decent, my rent is actually not bad. I just need to manage my money better because I end up with $800 left over to spend on groceries and whatever the fuck else. I would still be very good on cash, in other words. I think my problem is I'm not used to getting paid weekly. So getting like $350 a paycheck doesn't sound like a lot because my brain is still wired to being paid bi-weekly, when that is absolutely not the case with my current job. Yeah, nah, so long as I'm not being a fucking dumbass, I'm actually gonna be okay on cash. I think. Let me just check one more time. Alright, okay, so essentially... What I could do is... What I could do is manage my monthly expenses. Like, figure out how much I'm spending on, like, subscriptions and shit. Because here's the thing, let me just check a calendar again one more time real quick. Alright, so... next month, I would be getting 4 paychecks. And the month after that, I would still be getting 4 paychecks. In fact, the month after that month, I would technically be getting like 5 paychecks, and the fucking first paycheck lands on the day that rent is due. So, whatchamacallit, I could actually pay it the day before if my freaking paycheck comes in on time. So, yeah, no, like, as long as months suddenly don't just end up with one fucking less week in them or some shit, I think I'm gonna be fine spending-wise. Oh, hello! Welcome to the stream, Izana! Freaking... yeah, my bad. I've been a little bit too fluent with Japanese tonight. I've been yapping a whole bunch instead of consistently playing the game. But yeah, Valhalla is one of my favorite games of all time. Normally, I play it in December to do daily Valhalla. So I do like 1 shift a day. And then after I finish that shift up, I'll play another game for like the rest of the stream. If I'm not tired by the end of it, but because it's the anniversary and because it is also a cozy game that helps me out when I'm having like little mental health lows or whatever, I decided to stream it early this year. Yeah, I remember, I think I spotted you on Twitter. I was like, oh, this person seems cool. I'm gonna hit them up with a follow. Just cause. Yeah, freaking, I love Valhalla. And I love playing it. I love voicing the characters. In fact, I love the hell out of voicing the characters because I love voice acting a lot. And, I remember when I freaking first streamed this game, it was on my birthday earlier this year, and it had been so long since I voice acted a game that my throat was starting to hurt partway through doing it. Thankfully, that is not the case tonight. My throat's not too fucky. But yeah, I was just talking about how I felt like I was kind of worried about how bills were gonna play out with my expenses. And I'm like actually realizing, wait a minute, I get 4 paychecks instead of 2. And I think my brain kind of didn't realize that, no wait, that's double the amount of paychecks, not 1 more paycheck. So I'm actually gonna be making decent enough money to freaking pay my rent, my other bills, and still have plenty left over to spend on whatever the heck else. As long as I'm not spending my money on stupid stuff all the time. You're fine, Sue. I mean, like, is that not one of the main wonders of streaming, is freaking being able to yap with your chatters? I think so, at least. Like, whether it's about the game or just about whatever whatever topics come up, it's always fun to just yap about stuff. And like, that's also, like, every freaking experienced streamer will say this as a piece of advice too, is no matter how active or inactive your chat is, always yap. Like, you want to be active yourself, because if you're just quiet all the time, then whenever someone does show up, they're not going to be as interested in watching your stream because there's not much going on. They're just watching gameplay. And if all they cared about was watching gameplay, they could go watch someone else on Twitch, or just the gameplay on YouTube or whatever. Like, no, part of the wonder of streaming is being able to listen to the streamer talk. And part of an even greater wonder of streaming is having that streamer interact with the chat. Like, if it's an especially large chat, they're probably not going to be able to interact with you in particular, but it's the fact that you get to interact with them at all. Like, you get to hear them and stuff. Let me sit up. I was lounging a little bit too hard there. Anyways, let us get a bit more going with the game. We could be roommates. I don't know. Moving my stuff through the stairs because the elevator's broken? Having to move my liquor collection? Never mind the fact that my cat's shut in, I got very upset the one time I moved some furniture around. The idea of moving just gives me a headache. You shouldn't take things I say so seriously, you know? I don't, but I've thought about it before. Now, I need some air. I'm gonna take my break. You wanna come? Oh, you invited me to the back of the bar? You should invite me to dinner first. Every minute you waste making jokes is time taken for my break. Fine, let's go. Boss, I'm taking my break. Call me if anyone comes in. Sure. There we go. We are now halfway through this shift, and stream has gone on for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Damn. I've been hella yapping. But I'm having fun, so it's chill. I do want to give another reminder that I do have a Discord server, so for anyone who wants, like, even more of, like, a dedicated way to keep an eye out for whenever I just freaking impromptu a stream since I don't have a set schedule, that is the first place that I will announce when and where I go live. I do want to advertise it more often too, because it'd be fun, like, getting more and more goobers there to hang out. Maybe, like, have more people just talk about stuff with, and, who knows, maybe it could become, like, an active little community eventually. But yeah, whether or not you do, it's fine either way. I am just happy people are chilling up and hanging out at all. It sure is chilly out there. It's kinda refreshing. The hobo out there seems like a nice guy. Billy Vine? Yeah, he's a cool guy. Very respectful. Apparently he got into some legal trouble and that's why he's like that. Really? He could also just be a very nice crackhead, though. I have a cousin that lives like a hobo, actually. Really? It's a bit complicated, though. Problem is, his family has tried to get him to live with them, but his pride won't let him accept their help. He'd rather live on the streets for some reason. Can't tell with some people, sadly. Why'd he become a hobo in the first place? Bad investments and debts. Bank evicted him from his house. Oh. It's a serious problem because he has epileptic attacks but refuses to take medication. I just don't get what's up with him. Honey, some service here. I'm here. Don't scream. Uh-huh. Are you two hanging out at the back of the bar? What stuff are you doing? Just talking. Is that what they call it these days? What do you want? Something soft. Something sweet. No alcohol, please. Wouldn't it be the same if you just grabbed a soda from the vending machine? I like you. You just like my presents so much. Sweet and non-alcoholic, you say? Alright. Dorothy wants something sweet and alcohol-free. I believe that would just be a sugar rush with none of the optional karma trim. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. All mixed. I'll give her a big sugar rush. Here, like you asked. See? You don't get this kind of treatment for vending machines. Unless you're Lawrence. I guess it's a weird idea that good service is the same as selling lukewarm cans of cola. Lawrence? A friend of mine. He's a vending machine. Oh. But how impolite of me. I'm lovely. My name's Dorothy. Dorothy Hayes. Nice to meet you. Oh, I'm Alma. Pleasure's mine. Dorothy, you say? Yeah? Why? Nothing. I guess I've heard about you before. Really? What kind of stuff? Tell me! Tell me! Mostly about your, luckiness. And here I file is because I'm a sex worker. So much for trying to be subtle. Hey, I take pride in my job. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. Isn't it dangerous? I know how to take care of myself, thank you very much. Where do you work, Alma? I'm a hacker. Really? A full-fledged hacker? Not the kind that sees a computer logged into some account and says that's hacking, right? No, of course not. I've always been curious about how being a hacker works. Do you just start typing really fast while waiting for something to happen? No. I can explain, but I don't know if you'll get it. You won't know until you try, right? Last time I said that I had a damn plastic replica of the halogen light bulb up a grown man's ass. It was a success. Okay then, let me try to explain in general how this works. Ooh, chat. Y'all are in for a fucking treat. It's this convo. And I swear to God, having to voice these two characters in particular, yeah, this is gonna be a treat. Let's say I have to retrieve information from a company's database. Alright. First I do some research on the target, OS, servers, how the information is stored and all that. There's been a couple of occasions where I had to go in blind, but they're the exception rather than the rule. First, I secure things from my side. I start working behind proxies, websites, and through other more vulnerable computers I find on the way. After that, I start testing the networks. I go through the basic protocols, try known exploits as long as they don't trigger any alarm. Once I've tested the ground, the fun starts. I go through all the security protocols and look to bypass them. Sometimes I have to look deeper into the code, the password itself. I see. Then, when I'm finally in, I go and retrieve user privileges. After that, I go and I try to become a super user and get what I need. How do you do that? Well, there are a couple of ways. I can use a pre-made program to hack into an already existing account. I can use info someone already gave me. But the usual way is using a buffer overflow. Buff? What happens next? What happens next? I create a backdoor in the system before leaving and covering my tracks. I can't. I can't handle it anymore. Oh, hack me like you've never hacked anything before. Make my buffer create a backdoor in me. Escalate your user privileges. My files are my security. Sorry, I got carried away. I'm a little embarrassed to admit, but damn, I think I fucking nailed it very nice that time. I mean, I usually do a good job at making Dorothy sound horny as fuck during that combo, but I don't know, I feel like I did it pretty fucking good, especially this time. Oh shit, what happened? Have you seen those movies or books where a couple does something like paint a picture or cook? But they make it sound like they're having sex instead? Suggestive scenes, yeah. Well, that whole thing was kinda like that for me. Really? I guess humans don't really get it because their minds don't upload to networks or anything. But trust me,
If you record yourself giving a really detailed explanation in a sexy voice, you'd make millions. Courtney and Willem are an unexploited market. I see. Oh, looks like my ride is here. Your ride? Yup, my brother-in-law came to look for me. Is it alright to ask that from him? It's okay. I've known him since preschool. It just so happened that he got married to my sister. Hey Dorothy, you need a ride? Can you drop me by 3rd Street? Sure, it's on the way. Yay! I'll take your offer then. Bye, honey. Later, Jill. Take care. Street seems noisy. Oh, a client. Hello, welcome to Valhalla. What can I get?
Oh god, is it who I think it is? It's him! It's the GOAT! Such a small yet comfortable place. Truly an oasis of spiritual drinks in the midst of the suburban desert. A place where lost and corrupt souls can gather to forget their troubles for a while. A nest where everyone from the most pathetic scum to the vilest trash junkie can just sit to kill their insides. Truly, a real persona non grata. Latin for mysterious place, by the way. I'm so smart and philosophical.
Alright, we got ourselves a persona non grata here. What will you have then?
17.
Excuse me?
I said 17. 7 plus T.
Well, what does that mean?
What does it mean to you?
Just to be sure, 17 is about the drink you want, right?
Only if you want it to be.
17? The hell does that mean? Let's see.
I think a blue fairy works decent here. If I'm remembering correctly, I just need to use 17 ingredient slots for this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. That's 10, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All aged, and then mix. Okay, explain.
The total ingredients here add up to 17.
Beautiful.
And what brings you in here, Mr.
I'm Armandio. Virgilio Armand. See, I introduced myself using the Asian word because it's a lot more polite. You know, it's very funny that no one in the game, like Jill especially, because he's like, she's the one talking with him the most, clocks it until he outs it himself that this is all an act from him, from the fact that he has a literal fucking question mark on his forehead. Like, it's the most blatant shit ever.
Right.
And I came here looking for an otherworldly experience. I was passing by and saw this place is called Valhalla. I want to see the souls of resting warriors, the wounded spirits of noble soul. The golden hall full of never-ending baby, the lively Valkyrie looking over them.
We have some arcade machines on the corner.
No. You're taking me too literal. You see, I'm being poetic. I'm giving a mystical air to a mundane affair. I wanted to see drunk people. I wanted to see waitresses and food. I wanted to see the bar and all its decadent glory. Oh, you're out of luck. Today's been quite the slow day. Not that I'm very surprised, given how things have been going in the streets, though. Humans are a nasty bunch. That much is true. Making a ruckus, coming at each other. But that's to be expected from only mammal to kill its own. I'm not a zoologist, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Oh yeah? Give me an example, not zoologist bartender. Like I said, I don't know exact details. I just know that isn't right. If memory serves right, once a lion takes over a pride, every cub born from another lion is killed or something. Takes over a pride? Can't take over pride. Pride isn't a tangible thing. You need to stop making things up, not zoologist bartender. But going back on topic, do you know what the number 17 means? The atomic number of chlorine? No, and Chloe's a name, not a number. No. The group where halogens are in the periodic table? Stop making up words like halogens, periodic entity. Okay then, I give up. 17 is us. Huh? Every human has 17 pairs of chromosomes. That number is the whole foundation of you and me. It's 23. What is? Humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes, not 17. Well, they're both primal numbers, so it's the same idea. Primal. Do you want anything else? I'd like a single plum, floating in perfume, served in a man's hat. Okay. He wants a plum, floating perfume in a... Son of a bitch. This one's funny because it's very blatant. Here. You didn't... Wait, you did. Enjoy. I will. I'll drink this, perfume. You don't really have to. Yeah, that'd be silly. You win this round, bartender. Hey, bartender. Have you ever thought about death? How? What if we're already dead? Both of us. What? What tells you I even existed before I entered that door? How can you assure me that this reality is real and we are not, in fact, in heaven or hell all along? What if everything up to this point is just some stupid story written by an unemployed 20-something in his room? I could punch you to make you feel reality. I don't care about any of that, actually. This reality is real for me, and that's all that matters. Such a close-minded way of seeing things. You need to get away from the factual facts. Open your mind to things beyond your... You'll never reach enlightenment if you don't start. The Habanera has started. It means the twilight of the gods in German, by the way. Well, you're on your own, bartender. Enjoy your new world order. What? A couple of nearby cars exploded, it seems. Oh, hell. Let me take a look out the window. Be careful. I see lots of flashes in the distance. Most likely gunshots. Jill, come here a sec. What?
about 5 gigabytes of reports proving that several White Knight spots have been used to cover illegal actions were released to the public by an unknown anarchist group. We're receiving reports of several units going rogue and using their weapons to hunt down anyone they find on the street. Several counterterrorism forces from neighboring cities have been dispatched in order to subdue the crazed units after a fleet from the Vice President. We're still waiting for a declaration from Zaibatsu Corps' CEO on the subject, but until then, things are ugly in and outside of the bank, it seems. I'd recommend you stay here tonight. It's too dangerous to even think about going outside. What if they break in? They won't. Even then, the bar has quite the security system. And I'll be here protecting you, as an added bonus. Yeah, I guess I'll stay tonight. I'll get you the spare mattress I have. Do you mind sleeping in my office? No, I guess it's fine. Good. Everything gets solved by the morning. I'll have Zonkunto in case. The metal bat with nails? There's nothing it can't edge. They will. Or hope everything's better by tomorrow. Aw, I love this line from Donna in this results screen. Sleep tight, I'll protect you. Alrighty. So I might be misremembering, but I think day 6 is just the hangout scene between Donna and Jill where they're drinking beer at her place. I don't remember exactly how long it is, but I think I might just make next time I play Valhalla a 2-parter and do that day and then the shift afterward. But yeah, for today, that will be it. We're nearing the 3-hour mark, and while I would like to do a longer stream for once, it is unfortunately nearly already 2 in the morning for me, and I have work tomorrow, and while it's not until later in the day, I want to make sure I still have decent enough sleep for it. Let's see. Ollie is streaming! No problem. Thanks for coming by, Sue, and thank you for coming by the stream as well as Anna. Freaking yeah, it's cool getting people hanging out in chat. Yeah, freaking. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and just right into Ollie because I was probably just gonna end up watching her stream anyways. I hope I typed that incorrectly. Yep, alrighty. As per usual, I have my Discord server if you want to join it, because that'll be a good way to keep an eye out for the next time I stream. You can follow me on my socials. I try to do a good job of announcing my streams on there as well. Thank you all again for coming, showing up. Valhalla is always a pleasure to stream. And it's always a pleasure hanging out with you all as well. I hope that you all continue to take care of yourselves. And that I will be seeing y'all again next time. But yeah, treat Ollie well. Let's see. I think she is okay, she's just chatting at the moment. But yeah,
thank you all again for coming, and I will be seeing y'all next time. Bye bye!